Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are back with one of the classics of the format, and that is Izzet Phoenix. So now that Outlaws of Thunder Junction is here, we do have some new cards to try in this particular archetype, see if any of them can make the cut in what is pretty much a very finely tuned deck. So the bar is quite high. So I think it's worth investigating these new cards. So they are specifically Highway Robbery, which is 1 and a red for a sorcery that says you may discard a card or sacrifice a land. If you do, draw 2 cards. So it's kind of got the reverse Charter Course effect. We potentially discard one of our Phoenixes or a redundant card. We draw 2, but crucially, this card has plot, which means we can pay 1 and a red and exile it, and then cast it as a sorcery for free on a later turn. So this really kind of helps add some consistency to the turns when you're trying to bring back a Phoenix. You can essentially get one of your instants and sorceries without paying any mana. So that kind of helps you ensure that you have what you need to cast those 3 instants and sorceries and get the Arclight Phoenix out of the graveyard. Obviously, it does quite a lot of the work to help you do that as well, with its effect, as well as being potentially 0 mana when you cast it, because you can discard a Phoenix, then draw 2 cards, which will hopefully draw you into some more of your 1 mana or cheap spells. And then our other new card, which I'm a little less sure about, but I think is worth trying, is Slick Sequence. So this is an instant for red and a blue, deals 2 damage to any target. If you've cast another spell this turn, draw a card. So this deck tends to avoid too many 2-mana spells. It has previously used things like Charter Course, but has become so efficient now that those have been cut primarily from this strategy. But this is a removal spell that is also potentially a cantrip, and these cards work quite well together, because if you're casting them on the same turn, you've plotted Highway Robbery, you cast it, you cast Slick Sequence, you have then basically cast 2 spells for 2 mana, but you've kind of drawn 3 cards, you've done 2 damage to something. There's a lot of value contained in that 2 mana. So I think these may well complement each other, but there is a possibility that this is just too expensive to fit in this archetype now, but we will give it a go and see how it performs. And then the rest of the deck is Izzet Phoenix as you would expect to find it in the format. So we have all of our 1 mana cantrips, 4 considers, 4 ops, and 4 sleight of hands. These are really the glue that binds the deck together, that ability to just cast a cheap spell and put another card in your hand and kind of do it all over again. Spell Pierce, so we are running 1 counter spell just in case we need it, though we will potentially sideboard in more or take this out depending on what the opponent's playing. Then in terms of more removal, we've got a couple of Fiery Impulses and then 4 copies of Lightning Axe. So Lightning Axe is a very good spell in this deck. 5 damage to any creature for 1 mana, and discarding a card is either not a problem or actively helpful for this kind of strategy. So that's good. And then our other 2 mana spells are 4 Picklock Prankster. So this is one of the more recent additions to the deck, but seems to be doing some very good work. So on the face of it, just a 2 mana 1/3 with Flying and Vigilance. But crucially, it has this adventure, Free the Fae, an instant, mill 4 cards, then put an instant sorcery or fairy card from among the mill cards into your hand. So not only does this potentially get more things into your graveyard, like Phoenix, fuels your treasure cruise, and then if you mill over a treasure cruise, well, you can just put it back in your hand, and then you're most of the way to being able to cast it for a very cheap cost. So pretty good. And then 4 Ledger Shredders as well. One of the very good creatures in this deck, 1/3 flying, connives whenever anyone casts their second spell each turn. So we will frequently be doing that, and this will very often, if it sticks around, grow to be quite a powerful, big flying threat. Then our Phoenixes, obviously, and 3 copies of Treasure Cruise. We have trimmed one of the Treasure Cruises just because we have a few fewer cheap spells than we do in the kind of traditional Izzet Phoenix build, or the one that we played most recently. So we are running 3 Treasure Cruises instead of 4. Then our mana base, so a relatively small number of lands, just because this deck draws through so many cards that you will generally have all of the lands that you need. But a fair number of dual lands, as you'd expect. 2 islands, 1 basic mountain. Sometimes the deck doesn't run any basic mountains, but we have increased the number of red cards in the deck, so we are running a basic mountain as well. A couple of Hall of Storm Giants, just to give us an additional finisher, and an Otawara. Sideboard's still broken, but we can see 6 cards now instead of 3, so, you know, they're getting there. So we can see some of the cards here, but I have written them down again, so I will just go through them one by one. So we have 1 Aether Gust, 1 Negate, we know what those 2, Young Pyromancer, which is a good way of going wide with cheap creatures, if we just need to kind of generate a lot of those. Brazen Borrower, so we've got a couple of those, so as well as being a 3/1 flying threat, which can quite quickly beat down the opponents. It's also a good tempo play. 1 Brotherhood's End is our mass removal spell. We've also got 2 Anger of the Gods, so that does a similar thing. In terms of it does 3 damage to each creature. It doesn't hit planeswalkers, but it does exile the creatures that it kills. So that sometimes is relevant. We have 1 Ashiok Dream Render, so this shuts down opponents trying to search their library and also potentially not only milling ourselves, probably more so than milling the opponent, but exiling their graveyard as well. And in terms of our other sideboard spells, we have 3 copies of Mystical Dispute, so that's a counter spell, but obviously is cheaper if it targets a blue spell, so we will bring that in against blue decks, and then 3 Crackling Drakes as well, so a kind of big beefy creature that will often kind of be a 9/4 or a 10/4, draws a card when it enters the battlefield. You know, there are some matches where we will need that kind of additional punchy threat to just beat down the opponent. So yeah, that is the sideboard. Again, you'll be able to see it properly when we actually get into some games, but it is still bugged for the time being when looking at the deck list. I wonder if you change the view, whether that's still bugged. Yes, it is. So that's good. So thank you very much for watching. As ever, hit those like and subscribe buttons. We're only just starting out on this Outlaws of Thunder Junction train, so plenty more good content to come. And yeah, let's go on to the ladder. Yeah, this is fine. Suck up. It would be nice to have a Phoenix to do highway robbery shenanigans, but I don't know, we might find one. I think I will just plot this for the time being. I just don't really know what they're doing yet. It may well be a control deck, in which case we will want the maximum amount of... Okay. Let's start doing our thing, I suppose. Wow, that's quite a snazzy effect, isn't it? Now, so we cast 1. Let's mill over 4 more cards. We might hit another Phoenix. That's fine. I'll just play Consider. Yeah, I'll take an Otawara. Okay, turn 3 Phoenix it is. Can kind of see the value of the highway robbery there. Gave us that spell for free on turn 3. Now, Dimir controlled maybe is running Deadly Cover-Up, so we will need to be mindful of that. Let's mill over some more cards. Bring back Treasure Cruise. Not hugely minded to cast the cruise at this point. And the threat of it will probably keep them from using a removal spell here, and then I can just plot my highway robbery and hopefully they've wasted their mana. Yep. Now I will just Treasure Cruise. Leaving, obviously, my Phoenix behind. Excellent. No. That's pretty good. And that's... discard another Arclight. Sleight of hand it. Now we're ready for more cruising next turn. So much so that I'm not even that bothered if they counterspell the Treasure Cruise, because at the moment and now it's just a 1-mana spell. Yeah, that's pretty painful. Yeah, down to 11. Deadly cover-up is a problem here, you know, there's no way around it. They just have enough to discover as well. Well, let's start with Opt. Because we may not need to Treasure Cruise yet. Yep. Mill over some more cards. Okay, this is a pretty slick operation we've got going on at this point. Oh, I've already played a land. Sure. Die, Borrower. Now them chewing at my graveyard doesn't bother me quite so much. Yeah, this has all felt very slick in this game. I mean, it is only our first game, so you can never be sure of these things, but certainly a strong performance so far. Let's try another robbery. And the good thing here is it doesn't really actually matter if they counter it. Okay, Fairy Mastermind is fine. I'll kill it before the draw effect comes into relevance. Yep. Excellent. Very smooth. Okay. Well, Mystical Disputes, probably a decent shout here. How's Crackling Drake? Probably not great. Negate. Do I want Young Pyromancer? Not really. Ashiok? Nah. Brazen Borrower? Probably not. Yeah, I think this is fine. And I don't think Slick Sequence is too good in this matchup, to be honest, just because, although it does hit any target, maybe it is better than, like, Fiery Impulse. Yeah, let's trim both of those. Even our Lightning Axes. Just because they're good discards. Put in the... Trim one Lightning Axe. Have two Slick Sequences. Just because we can at least target the opponent with those. Whereas sometimes Lightning Axe or Fiery Impulse will just be a dead card. Yeah. So we didn't really get much of a sense of what flavour of control deck they were. They didn't play a huge number of cards. Yeah. This is a bit awkward. I mean, if we don't draw another land, we're kind of in the poop. But we have a few looks, so opponent's on 6. That's fine. Okay, they might take our Consider here. Would be my strong suggestion. Interesting. Yeah, they could have stranded us on land there, but as it is, we're going to get another look at it, and we're going to find it, so that is good news. I cast it main phase to get around a potential counterspell there, just FYI. Not hugely surprising, I'm sure, but... so they are actually playing rogues. Okay. So we know a bit more now about what they're doing. So actually those removal spells are quite important. Now rogues does have the problem that, you know, if you're going to mill over my graveyard, if you're going to put cards in my graveyard, that does kind of help me quite a lot. Because it fuels my treasure cruisers. Okay, that's a decent shout. Yeah, I think that's a mistake. I think you're supposed to wait until I potentially mill over a Phoenix. I mean, I can't bring it back this turn anyway, but what I can do is Prankster. Pick up Mystical Dispute. And then Treasure Cruise? I suppose they will be able to eat my Phoenix on their turn. Yeah, that's okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, let's not put our other Phoenix in the bin quite yet. That much we do know. Interesting. Okay, they're being patient. That's fine, so I'm going to stick a Prankster into play, I think, here. I could plot Highway Robbery, but I'm happy to just chill and maybe Mystical Dispute a rogue or something. Eventually, I may well just hardcast Arclight Phoenix. Yeah, we definitely sideboarded incorrectly based on what the matchup was, but to be fair, we didn't know what it was. very kind of you to keep filling my graveyard, but it's not necessary, really. Maybe I just... Now that, you know, they're moving quite slowly, so maybe I just do go full aggro. They're stuck on land. I've got a counter spell in hand. Yeah, let's just start being a bit aggressive with their life total. They can't crew their hearse at the moment. Okay, that is a land. Tap land's quite awkward. Well, I shall continue to save myself the 1 damage. Yeah, it's a bit overkill at this point. Now, let's go looking for land. I'll just put another Phoenix into play, I think, here. Yeah, just start getting a bit aggy with them. Down to 7. Okay, they've now successfully drawn out of their mana screws, so they will be able to do things now, and I'm tapped out at the moment, so... But we do have lethal on the board. Only 1 card in their own graveyard. Deep in the tank they go. Yeah, quite like Ledger Shredder here. Ditch another highway robbery. Discard our 3rd highway robbery. Okay, flick sequence is not terrible. Now they're just dead to Slick Sequence? Yep. One life. Shame I don't have a land. Cool, cool. So despite sideboarding incorrectly, we have managed to do pretty well here. I mean, they were screwed on mana for a bit, but I don't think their hand was very good anyway. I mean, they played one creature. I'm a patient man. Yep. Excellent. Yeah, good showing for our new cards there, I think. No, this will not do. Not on the play, anyway. This is not bad. So we have the potential here to do our turn 3 shenanigans. So opponent's playing a Gigantha deck, so yeah, could well be some form of aggro. Plot a highway robbery. Right, that's pretty good now, so highway robbery, discard Phoenix. Sleight of... let's consider, actually, just in case we hit another Phoenix. Yeah, that's probably going to be quite good. Now let's kill that while they're tapped out. Here comes Phoenix. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Right, let's open with a... how many cards have I got in my graveyard? 3, this makes 4... God, I want to take the Phoenix, but I think I have to take the Lightning Axe here. Slick Sequence away that. Lightning Axe away there. Etchings of Kumano. Now we have 7 cards in the graveyard. Oh, I wonder what this could be. Do I just hard cast Phoenix here? Yep. Put them on a deal with them or die. That's not gonna do it. Ooh, not quite enough damage. I mean, hell of a hand, but... Okay, so it's Gruul aggro. In which case... Oh, they've given up. It's a shame. I was quite enjoying that. See if we can make it 3-0 against the Duvet of Death. Sounds like a episode title for classic Doctor Who. This is fine. We need a red source of mana, but we've got enough repeat looks that I think we should be able to do what we are trying to do here. Ketria Triome with Yorion. Okay, so it's a Fires of Invention style deck. Cool stuff. We did it. We got there. Magic's easy, just draw the right cards. Why is that Phoenix in our hand? Well, rather excitingly, we do get to mill over some more cards. Pop back a sleight of hand. I guess I'm taking a land then. Now, I do smell a leyline binding here, but let's see if they have it. No, an Omen of the Sea. Okay, well, they could still cast leyline binding because they've got the Nylea's presence. Double top, eh? Oof! Yep. Nice. Yeah, that's fine. We've got 8 cards in graveyard, just one of them is a Phoenix, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, annoyingly we didn't draw a way to discard another Phoenix. Slick Sequence can go in the bin. Spell Pierce is a bit rubbish when they've got Fires of Invention, isn't it? But guess we're kind of stuck with it. Well, I'll just discard Phoenix to hand size, I suppose. It's another way of doing it. Thassa. Ooh, that's fun. Try and play. Yes! Yes! I can't spell pierce it, unfortunately, but you know. Yes! This is fun. Like, Thassa into Yorion. I mean, blinking Yorion may not be the best thing in the world, but oh, I do like it. I like it a lot. Oh, it does just come back straight back. Oh, yes, it does. Thassa doesn't wait till the next turn, does it? No. Good point. Well made. Oh, that's quite annoying. Alright, well, let's go digging for a lightning axe, I suppose. Treasure cruise is a good way of digging for lightning axe. Not really what I had in mind, to be honest. Consider... let's just treasure cruise then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not... No. No! God's sakes. No, I can't attack. It's quite sad, isn't it? Yeah, I've only exiled one. It's quite annoying. I'm annoyed now. We should be writing to someone to complain. Wow. Activate only sorcerer in a... It's all a bit unnecessary, isn't it? I mean, what is all this? Oh, alright, fine, you win. Ugh, my kingdom for a lightning axe. Right, well. Aether Gust, Negate, Brazen Borrower. They're probably running Enigmatic Incarnation, so that seems decent. Is Mystical Dispute actually any good here? Young Pyromancer, I think, is not bad. Let's leave... Yeah, it does hit some of their things, doesn't it? Like Thassa, so let's stick in a couple. What am I taking out? Fiery Impulse is bad. Slick Sequence is quite bad here. I feel like it has been a cruel set of matchups for Slick Sequence. Or maybe it's just not that good. One or the other is possible. What else? What else? Aether Gust, fine. Sleight of Hand, Spell Pierce is decent. Maybe just trim a couple of lightning axes is the only way we kill Yorion, though. Just go down a couple of ops. If in doubt, go down a couple of ops. Yeah, you don't see a huge amount of enigmatic fires. That's if that is what it is. Actually, it could be slightly different on the ladder anymore. So I have to get back in the mindset of playing this match up. Yep. Yeah, I don't think they've got many turn one plays that I'm hugely fussed about countering, so. Now we have Picklock available. Ooh, how rude. For that, I'm going to play Ashiok. And you're going to like it.
This is my masterpiece.
Okay, they want Ashiok gone.
Remember, your nightmares remain.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. I don't want Fire's of Invention on the battlefield. It's got terrible vibes. Don't really want Thassa on the battlefield either, so get rid of that. 7 cards. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. Treasure Cruise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pass with Dispute up again. Very much playing the long game here. How much do I care about Night of Autumn? Basically not at all. Well, Treader's quite a good trade with that, so let's just play that and pass. Yes, you may. Kill my Shredder. See if I care. Take another prankster. Now I stand ready with Shredder number 2. And also, I am going to Mystical Dispute something at some point. They can't stop me. I'll do it! Alright, I won't. To be fair, I'm still using my mana quite efficiently, so... Yes, good. Ooh. Ooh. I don't hate that. Let's keep Brazen Borrower. How many cards have we got in our library? 27. Let's not get too over ambitious then. Let's just attack. Cast Young Pyromancer. Pass the turn. Hold up our counter spells. Creatures can't attack you unless... Oh, no. Well... Actually... Flying protection from white. Well, you can have it, actually. I'll just send it back to your hand. Goodbye. No, thanks. How much do I care about that? I do really want the flyer, actually, so... Although, no, I'm going to have to counter Yorion, so... Fine. I will just Lightning Axe it instead. Okay. Lots of highway robbery. Pass the turn. What a chill game of Magic we're having. I'm very calm. Oh no, 2 damage. No, Supreme Verdict is actually quite bad. Sure. Sure. I'll play a Prankster. I will wait out until we can bring back our Phoenix. Dimir, I will Mystical Dispute, I think. So I don't like what he's about. Yeah, that's really annoying. That, however, that is not annoying. That is what we call a good time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what? I am going to go looking for another counterspell. Lightning Axe is actually pretty good. It's a good way of killing Yorion. Well, if you insist. Can you stop playing spells that can't be countered? It's pretty darn rude, to be honest. Okay, that's pretty good. Mill over. I'm gonna have to be a bit careful here. No, that'll do. Oh no, I can't bring back my own stuff. What? Why? Why would you be like this? Okay, fine. So I'm down to 8 cards. Oh no, not a Skyclave apparition. What will I do? Mm-hmm.
Beg for your life. It makes your nightmares sweeter.
Oh, this has gone quite awkwardly, hasn't it? So I could Lightning Axe away there. Yeah, okay. What I'm going to have to do... can I even do that? So if I Lightning Axe there... Yes, so if I Lightning Axe their Yorion, I then Aether Gust my own Lightning Axe, I then negate my own Aether Gust. Okay. Right. Discard a card, targeting Yorion. Submit 1. Pay 1. Discard. Aether Gust. Targeting my own Lightning Axe. Yes. Negate. Targeting my Aether Gust. Yes. Yes. Mill them 4.
I leave you last nightmare.
That's quite funny. Right. On the draw. Let's put in our other mystical dispute. I'm not sure they are running Enigmatic Incarnation, so I'm going to take out Ashiok. Although they were very keen to kill it, weren't they? Ugh, that's hard to... that's a hard call. Okay, let's keep it in. Take out a Treasure Cruise as they're running Mystical Dispute. There, that was a fun game too. Let's not do it again, but it was a fun game too. This is a very keepable hand. Why are you here? You should be on top of my library, waiting. Okay, turns out you shouldn't be. That's probably for the best, actually. So I think I'm going to need to Brazen Borrower that at some point, but let's not rush into anything, because I kind of need the land at the moment. And I don't want to Picklock Prankster either, so maybe I'm brazen borrowing it now and just... No, I can't, because without land, it's really not going to do very much, so... Yep. Okay. End of their turn, I can Brazen Borrower it. Borrower it. Now I suppose the question is... No, there is no question. What I'm doing is I'm waiting with Mystical Dispute. Okay, that's fine. We've used up their turn doing that. So that is good enough for me. So now I think we can play Sleight of Hand. Yeah, Shredder's good. Now I might just hardcast an Arclight Phoenix and start attacking. Yep, that's good. That's very good. Right. Shredder. Lightning Axe. Discarding Highway or Robbery. Discard a land. Now we have Borrower, so we're going to start applying quite a lot of pressure to them. fine. Thanks for the value, I guess. Okay. So let's have Borrower in play. Down to 8. Hall of Storm Giants is a card. Okay, let's go digging for answers. That's not an answer. Neither is that. Fine. Okay, they're now one hall hit away from dead, so that's good news for everyone, specifically me. I'll negate that. That's an annoying land to draw, for sure, but let's offer them the trade. Interesting. Okay, we now have 2 lethal threats. Let's see what they can do. Where's my slick sequence, I hear you ask? That's quite annoying if they create a pest token. Okay, we are running out of things we can do here. Phoenix off the top wins. Well, that's pretty good. Okay, let's force them to trade their Archon. Okay. Ooh, this is tense, isn't it? Are you tense? I'm quite tense. One card in hand. If I do both, I don't have the mana to pay for Mystical Dispute. No stick. Goodbye. Ooh, oh, what a good game. What a good match. Platinum tier 1. I'll take that. Yeah, Izzet Phoenix still a fearsome deck, even when I'm probably making it worse by putting new cards in it. Packs. Packs to open. Interrupter. Gonna try making a deck with Interrupter, I'm sure, at some point. So yeah, that was good. I mean, I think definitely of the two new cards, as I suspected, Highway Robbery was kind of the impressive one. Slick Sequence, I think, good in certain matchups. Perhaps maybe more of a sideboard option. But yeah, another impressive run for Izzet Phoenix, 3-0. So thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you next time.